I said I was going to come to you.
Yeah.
Take a look at some of the challenges that you have, as exporters in the country.
Right. Exporters, you rightly mentioned before, our major concern is financing.
The cost of borrowing.
Cost of borrowing is quite high now. Last 2 years and last year, I think it was okay, about 20%, but now it's around between 26-30%, which is not too good for us. Agriculture and perhaps the perishables that we are dealing with involves a lot of capital. And once you are not well-resourced, it makes our work a bit difficult for us. Once you have orders and you don't have the needed resources to be able to make up for those orders, you might lose your clients. Because as for the clients, when they order, they don't care whether it's raining, they don't care whether you have money, you have packaging, you have what, they don't really care. All that they want is their goods to get to them as soon as possible. So we really need our banks to assist as well. Before, they were talking about collateral issues, and then the government has set up a body that is now supporting agriculture with 70% collateral, which is GESA, and which I'm even a beneficiary of it.
Okay.
And it is helping. Even with this, I think the banks are still a bit sluggish about.
But there's Exim Bank, and I think that Exim Bank should be benefiting some people like you. Are you not? What's happening with it?
Yeah, well, we have applied for it, but it is not just one sector. The sectors are multiple. So we don't know when it will get to our turn.
Okay,
so,
I get it. Yeah.
Yes. So maybe in future it will get to our turn. Yes.
Shouldn't GEPA be supporting them and pushing,
GEPA
pulling some strings at Exim Bank to...
GEPA is doing what it could. Like 2018, 2019, when they saw that our sector has issues with getting this smooth cayenne back to the system, they assisted farmers with over 11 million suckers, which I also benefited about 2 million suckers out of it. Yes, so they are doing their best. They are supplying coconut seedlings and other areas where they are also putting in much effort. But financing, sometimes, it goes beyond them. So we were looking at our banks to do this for us. And also our land issues. Yes, the rate of encroachment is becoming high.
Yeah.
And if you're a farmer, your major asset is your land. And if you approach these banks to assist you to acquire your land, sometimes they drag their feet a bit because they think the land will not give them money quickly or something. So I think our bankers should go back to the drawing board and really look into our operations and assist us. Because if they do, that is what is going to bring in a lot of foreign exchanges to the country. Yeah.
Right. Let me come to you. The suckers, the 11 suckers that you distributed to the farmers, do they pay back or just give it to them for free?
Well, before
because that would be a very huge investment.
Yes. Okay. Before
11 million.
I say that, let me quickly say that in terms of the financing, we've also been doing our bits, advocating strongly for additional financing for our exporters.
Right.
Because they've done very well by going on their own for quite a while now. But without financial support, it will be difficult for them to expand.
Right.
And so all we can do at GEPA for now is to do the advocacy on behalf of our exporters, because we ourselves don't have, that pot of gold that we can use in supporting them.
Yeah.
And there are agencies, or let me say institutions, that are responsible for providing that kind of support, i.e. particularly the banks.
Right.
So we do encourage a lot of the banks to turn their to focus also on the export sector. And I know that the Stanbic Bank, for example, we've been working with them, advocating for exporters and all that. And as a result of that, most of them have now set up export departments.
Right.
Hitherto, they didn't have export departments.
Okay.
But some of them are beginning to see the light. And
which is quite significant.
Which is quite significant.
Yeah.
And they are giving more and more financial assistance to exporters. I know Stanbic Bank because we've been dealing with them. Recently also, we've been speaking to Cal Bank, who are also willing to come in and support. So I'll just use this platform again to appeal to our banks that they should look at exports. Because when, the exporters export, the revenues come through the banks.
Yeah.
And so they hold the money for some time before they even give to the exporters. And they don't give the monies back to the exporters in dollars. They give it to them in
Local
cedis,
currency, yes.
which means that they are holding on to the forex and are using them for their purpose. So they owe the exporters in a way, and they have some responsibility towards them. So the little they can do is to turn their focus also on them and assist them. Secondly, also, we've been working closely with Exim Bank, and I've been advocating strongly that they should also do some, put dedicated funds for the SMEs, because most of these exporters are small in nature. They are small and medium enterprise. They are not large enterprises. And that is the reason why the bank was established to provide financial support to the exporters. And of late, there has been some very good movements around there, to the extent that even on Friday, when we went to launch the Coconut Festival, they announced that they are dedicating 30 million Ghana cedis solely towards the development of the coconut industry, which was a very laudable initiative. Also, they announced recently that the yam sector is also going to get support from them. I think also of an equal 30 million, if I'm not mistaken, 30 million Ghana cedis, again, solely for the yam exports. And so these are very good signs, and I strongly applaud them for that and urge them to continue that way and look at all the priority sectors that we have identified in the National Export Development Strategy document and provide our support. If we go at it and we are consistent, I'm very, very positive that we can achieve the $25 billion of non-traditional exports only, and then add the traditionals to it. And we should be hitting around $40 and $50 billion.